Hey everyone, this is Coach Charlie Cosens with Cosens Martial Arts. The topic today is ADHD. It is a very huge problem that many children and parents alike are having to deal with in today's world. And we have had great success, especially in the past year or so, in helping kids out as far as teaching them how to focus, teaching them how to listen, and how to stay in control. I've kind of mentioned this before in some other videos. You know, we expect our kids to do these things. We expect them to listen, focus, control themselves, control their bodies, control their emotions. But oftentimes we forget that we need to teach them how to do this. Again, we may expect them to perform those skills, but do we teach them how to do that? So this is what we do here at our school. We have life skills that we work on. Every day they come in, they're going to work on one certain life skill. So if today we're focus day, the entire class revolves around that word. That way they know how to apply it to school and to real life. So I wanted to share real quick with you just a couple parents that have actually shared with us that they've been able to take their kids off medication because of the classes. Now I'm not going to sit here today and say that's going to be the case with everyone, but when I hear these stories, it's just such an uplifting thing, and I truly do believe in what the martial arts has to offer and that we can help kids with this condition. So I'm just going to play the audio for these for obvious privacy reasons, but I just want you guys to listen in. If you have a child that has ADHD, maybe you can feel commonality with these parents, and just take a listen and see what they have to say. Thank you. Okay, Jessica, so you've had your son Alan enrolled here for a while, and we were just talking a second ago. You know, he was on some meds for, was it ADHD? Okay.
ADHD and ADD.
Okay. And you've seen some progress? Tell me about that.
He has actually been off medication for 2 weeks,
okay.
And normally he's usually called home at least 2 to 3 times a week. And for the last 2 weeks he has not even gotten a single call home, no complaints. He's doing awesome at home.
Very good.
He's helping. He's not arguing with me. He's not... I mean, we couldn't even talk to him. He'd start crying instantly.
Okay.
And now he wants to back himself up. He wants to tell you what happened.
Okay.
So, like, the confidence, that's big.
Perfect.
Big thing from you guys was the confidence.
Perfect. So you feel like the classes are helping? He's able to pay attention more, focus. So now he doesn't need the meds as much now.
He seems to take everything.
Okay.
And mix it together, because he'll be in class. His teacher said one day he did get a little off track, but then he, shook his head, sat there.
Yeah.
No, I need to do this.
Okay.
And so, like, she called me one morning and told me how good he was doing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, that's why we do what we do. So that's really awesome to hear that type of stuff. You have 2 other boys that are enrolled. Are those your boys?
One is.
One's your boy. Okay. And you've noticed some improvements in them too.
Yeah.
Recently.
My younger one, I've recently took him off medication, and he's been awesome. He used to have big flip outs.
Okay.
Like throw things and go crazy. I haven't seen one.
Really? Awesome.
I haven't seen one since Buddy Day.
Awesome. He's only been here training a couple weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
That's great. Well, hopefully he can join us more full time and we can continue this. Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
So yeah, it's awesome that parents are able to get their kids involved in this type of thing. We teach them some life skills, and sometimes they get off meds. Not every time, but sometimes. So that's cool. Well, thank you, Jessica, for sharing this with me, and I appreciate you being open enough to share this with me. All right, thank you.
All right. So, what got you interested in involving your children in martial arts?
My daughter Samantha was having issues with learning and with her ADHD, and she was in counseling every other week, and I needed her to have an outlet.
Yeah. Okay.
So I happened to just go on the internet and clicked up mixed martial arts, and you guys popped up. I looked in, saw Charlie's video about ADHD, and it just made me cry. And of course I called like that same day and got them in to come see the place, and then signed up that day.
The rest was history.
The rest is history.
Awesome. And what has the martial arts done for you, and Cosens Martial Arts done for you?
It's huge for my daughter and my son both. They've learned how not to think that everything is solved by a fist punch or a kick or whatever, that it's more about learning life lessons and how important it is to be a leader and and then with my daughter not having to soon not be able to graduate from counseling, it's been great. So
Awesome. How long has she been in counseling?
5 years.
5 years. And she's now being pulled out of it?
Yes,
Awesome.
as of December.
Awesome. Very cool. Very glad to hear that. Excellent job, Samantha. And
Her confidence has grown too, hugely.
Yeah.
She didn't have any confidence in herself. She thought she was stupid.
Mhm.
She'd come home crying. She hated school.
Mhm.
And now, at least this year, she's at grade level with her reading and math and her spelling words.
Mhm.
And, I mean, she still gets help, but not nearly as much.
Mhm.
And I just think it's been a good thing for her. She's got confidence now, and
Okay. Awesome.
she's
So
not afraid to go to school with bullies.
awesome. Very cool. So how are they doing in school now, by the way?
They both have A's and B's.
A's and B's? Awesome.
Mhm.
Very good. Is it an improvement?
With Samantha, yes. Seth
Yeah.
is just now from first grade, so
Oh.
he's just now getting letter grades.
Yeah.
So, but Samantha, it's been an improvement on liking school and just not feeling like she's a loss in the world in there. So
Yeah, absolutely.
she's not afraid to tell the bullies now to leave her alone.
Yeah. And how have things changed? How have things changed at home?
Sammy has shown a lot more responsibility. My husband and I are actually starting to allow her to stay at home with her brother for short periods of time, like maybe 20 minutes or so, versus a couple, 6-7 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I couldn't trust her with my son because she was having outbursts of anger towards him,
Okay.
and that has ceased to exist.
Awesome. Very
She
cool.
hasn't had an outbreak of anger in probably almost 2 months.
Very awesome. I know
So-
that we had like a little mat chat about that, and I haven't heard anything since. So I'm glad.
All gone.
Glad that that's been
She's
kind
been
of
keeping
resolved.
her room clean and the best she can, She sometimes forgets or. Yeah. Most ADHD kids do not keep a clean room.
Yeah.
And it's just a constant, like having a reminder and stuff like that. But her ultimate goal really in her life right now, other than, obviously achieving belts, is also getting off her medication. So
Awesome.
she doesn't want to be on it forever. So she
Yeah.
even has asked me to take her off for the summertime, see how it goes.
Awesome.
So
And
obviously I'll have to talk to doctor about that before
Yeah.
making any decision.
Is that something you're thinking honestly about, though? You think that she might be ready?
In a long-term goal, yes, that's definitely. I would love to not have her on medication. She's been on medication since she was 5.
Okay. All right.
So I.
How old are you now, Miss Samantha?
11.
11. Okay. All right. Yeah, it might be something that you can do. We'll see with
She
your
can
doctor.
definitely outgrow it, so
Yeah. Awesome.
which would be a good thing. Keep up with MMA and keep plugging away at learning how to really control yourself even more and focusing and. Well, she even stopped her afternoon medicine since she's been coming.
Awesome.
Like 6 months ago, she's not been on afternoon medicine.
I don't think I've heard about that. So.
We
Very
just
cool.
decided that she didn't need it anymore. And she's
Excellent.
been coming to class and focusing. I mean, there's some days that she's not quite all focusing, but
Good.
but most of the time when it's important, she's focusing and doing what she needs to be doing. So
Do you think coming to Cosens Martial Arts is valuable or more than worth what you pay to come here?
yeah, I think that the values and the life lessons you guys teach the kids on a daily basis, and it's not just the big things. You guys go right down to the small things, as talking to strangers and things that some parents nowadays should be talking to their kids about but aren't. And you guys are bringing those to light to these kids that may not be hearing it at all, and realizing that there are dangers out there, and then with you guys teaching them how, like, if somebody does try to take you, to be able to get away from them is huge, because I mean, even I can take that back and go, hey, I could probably use that too if somebody tried to grab a hold of me. I mean, there's things that I can do too to protect my own kids and myself. And I think it's more than well worth the price.
Awesome.
Because I just like I like Cosens MMA. I just do. I'm not leaving until my kids decide that they're done. So until then, we will be here.
And you had like some financial issues, and you kind of figured that out to help keep them.
Oh yeah, I went back to work just to pay for it because my husband's like, well, I don't really have the extra for that, but and I'm like, well, then I'm going back to work just to pay for the extra kids' curriculum, curricular activities, because
to help them out. What is the most important thing you think, or most important benefit that you guys have received for your kids?
Most important.
What's the biggest change? What's the most important thing? What do you think was the best thing that came out of
Confidence for Samantha and Seth, just physical fitness and learning the life lessons, like what not to do if there is a bully, or not to become a bully, because sometimes when little boys are a little overconfident before going into mixed martial arts, it can cause them to be bullies. But you guys do a great job at teaching the kids that just because you learn martial arts doesn't not necessarily mean you get to use it. It's more for learning how to be self-aware and fit and learn control and independence and self-confidence, and not about going out and kicking somebody's butt because they looked at you wrong.
Yeah.
Or they're wearing the wrong color shirt, or whatever it might be.
Right.
So, which is huge, because a lot of little kids in the school district that I work in are, you can tell that they need a little Cosens MMA.
Yeah. So, Mr. Seth, Miss Samantha, do you guys like coming here?
Yes.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's some pretty, I guess, personal, touching stuff. So if you have a child with ADHD, or maybe a family member, and if you would like to bring them in, we're happy to give you an example completely for free of how we use martial arts to instill these skills that are going to help them outside of our school, such as at home and at their academic school. So if you'd like to set up a time for us to work with them one-on-one for an example, feel free to fill in the information on the right side of the screen there, and we'll give you a call and have you in for a consultation. So until next time, guys, live strong. Hope to see you soon. Have a good day.